greatly blessed for the awesome instructions that he's giving us on how to sustain health in life. We touched on something as we continue on this that is called abominations of gratitude. This is a subject that if you get very well, 3/4 of your battles in life are settled. I have reasons to believe many people are being fought more by their ingratitude than the devil. Some of the things we are calling battles and wars are nothing but a reflection of character we need to develop and build. And allow me to say this as a minister of God, that many church growth prayers should be converted to personal development prayers. I believe that there are many ministers that the day they grow, their ministries will grow. And let me leave the ministers and talk about business people. There are many of you business people that the day you will grow, your business will have a breakthrough. There are many of you sisters, brothers, that the day you will grow and overcome certain tendencies, that day your marriage will happen. The things fighting us, we think is Satan, but it is not Satan. It is ingratitude. The one leper that came back to Jesus, because finding grateful people is very rare. Even Jesus never found many. Out of the 10, he found one that came back. Now, if one came back to Jesus, Mr. Helper, if you get a quarter, thank God and move on. At least Jesus had one that came back. We have to overcome this thing that makes it hard for us to go back and say thank you. Now, when this man came back to Jesus, this man began to express to us what gratitude is about. Now we should put there the 10 lepers. And one of them coming back fell at his feet, raised his voice, and began to give him glory. The man was showing us what we should do when we have been helped. If a leper can teach it, a banker should know it. If a leper can demonstrate it, a pastor should exemplify it. A leper came back. Because he knew how much leprosy had eaten him. So he came back. Sometimes I wish we would leave people to be thoroughly eaten by leprosy so that they learn how to say thank you. Now, the trouble is, not everyone that has been eaten by leprosy knows how to say thank you. Look at this. Let's pick it from verse 15. Do we make a prayer this afternoon? My prayer is, Lord, make my feet light to go back. Sometimes your bells can be so heavy, it may not remember the route of where you are helped. But Lord, make my feet light. Don't let me forget the road leading to the place where I was helped. Because people claim they forgot. I'm coming. into that. People claim, the route I used to use is like they blocked it, so I don't know how to find my way there. But the leper found his way back. He found his way. I pray may you find your way. Till you find your way to the place where you are helped, you may not find your way into greater help. Him that is faithful in the little, God will make him ruler over much. If you can thank God, when it comes to what was done yesterday, God will open a door for more. Many are stranded by ingratitude. Many became so big they forgot the road. Some can't remember where people who paid their school fees are living anymore. You ask him, do you know? He said, well, my brother, sometimes I've become so busy. One time, I was talking to a young man. Let me leave that for today. Raise your hands and say, Lord, make my feet light. I don't want my feet to be heavy, Lord. Let my feet be light. Let me not forget the road. Let me not forget the route. Let me keep knowing the... How do you forget the road to your village? How do you call your father on phone and say, I'm in the market center? Send someone to pick me. The car I have cannot fit on the road. Call the villagers to clear the road. I'm coming. That's how our generation behaves. Now look at this. Then I said verse 15. I don't know if I was wrong, verse 15. Raise your hands again and say, Lord, make my feet light. When it comes to going back to the same place where I once dragged my buttocks as a nobody. Go back to the market where you sold chicken. You know those places where you dragged your buttocks all day? You are a nobody. Now you don't know the road, eh? May life not teach you the road back to your village. May you never say things like, I will never go back to that village. Then they bundle you back in a mat. They do contributions and bring you back in a mat. When you can't say anything now, you don't even care whether you are naked or not. And your village has come to see you. He has come back. But we don't think he will last. He has a few days to live. Prepare an animal to slaughter. We are soon sending him home. Let my feet remain light. When it comes to going back to the same place where I was helped. If lepers can go back, the educated should know better. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned and with a loud voice. In other words, he's trying to show us the things you do when you are grateful. You don't do a grateful man is a loud man. You can't control him. Sir, I salute you. I can see so and so here. This man paid my school fees. A grateful man is a loud man. So this man tells us the things we do when we are grateful, and I'm going to show you the things we don't do in the name of gratitude. And with a loud voice, raise your hands and say, Lord, help me to be loud. And with a loud voice, glorified God. But how? You have not glorified God until you go back to the place. He went back to the place and glorified God. Lord, teach me how to be loud with thanksgiving. A man that is loud with thanksgiving will forever be loud in greatness. A man that is loud giving thanks will forever be loud giving new testimonies. Because people are impressed helping him. People know if you give this one, he will tell 3 more people, they will come back. The worst man to give a suit is a man that will wear it where nobody knows you. So when they ask him, where did you get this? He said, I imported it from Tokyo. And he knows you are selling suits. His gratitude could have created more clients. He doesn't know. There are people who don't want to say where they shave. Stay away from them. A grateful man, oh boy, look at this. And he fell down. Grateful men are not too big to fall down. And he fell down on his face at the feet of Jesus, giving him thanks. That is how thanksgiving is given. You have to be loud about it, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan, and this is what God said, because God is very concerned about ungrateful people. Then we get into these abominations. Look at this. So Jesus answered and said, were there not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? May God not ask where you have been since you got a job. May God not ask where you have been since you graduated. May you not use God. May you not turn God into a tool of trade. May you not treat God like God is stupid. May God never ask where you are since you bought a new car. May God not ask where you are since you got married. There are people that the comfort of marriage marked the sacrifice of their service to God. Marked the end of the sacrifice of their service to God. I know people that were on fire for God when they were suffering. When God changed their story, they can't wake up to pray. It is too cold. When they needed God to change their story, it was not too cold to pray. Raise your hands and say, Lord, may I not miss my way. I didn't hear you. Say it again. May I not miss my way back to that place, and may you give me loudness. Make me loud. So I want to share now on the abominations. I already touched on a few of them. The abominations of gratitude. The things you do and it is not gratitude. The things you must not do in the name of gratitude. You are not grateful in the first place. Don't do them. Stay away from them. These are things that are what I call ingratitude turned the other way. You are just ungrateful, but you are doing it in style. Number 1 for today. I already gave you quite a number. I gave you 7. I gave you 6. Number 7 is quite deep. I will spare you a little bit, number 7. Allow me to begin with number 1, which will be number 8 for today. Write this down if you're writing. Before you write, raise your hands and pray a prayer. And say, Lord, I need help right now. Corona has coronaed me. Someone needs to help me. But Lord, if I'm helped, teach my feet to be light in going back to the same place where I was helped. In the name of Jesus. And Lord, help me to be loud when men help me. If you will not be loud, God will not amplify you for men to help you. It's in the nature of God. Grateful men are very loud men about what was done for them. You know, there is this old man, anytime I shopped for him and I would go there and I would find people there, he would say things that some are embarrassing. He would say, this young man brought me plus tissue paper that I do like this with when I go to the toilet. And he would demonstrate it. He would say it in vernacular. I won't say that. He would say, you see this young man, he brought me plus tissue papers that I've still been using to do this when I go to the washroom. And somebody will say, Amze, you don't say. You say, hey, allow me to talk. Because when I die, I will not be able to say the things he has done for me. A grateful man. Stop carrying out yourself like you are self-made. Grateful people are loud people. This one that you are hiding, where did you get it from? That, hey, man of God, I have something I want to tell God, but I will tell you behind the tent. Did you get it behind the tent? What you got from the altar, if you are ashamed of standing on the same altar to say it, something will alter it. They overcame him by the blood of Jesus and by the word of their testimony. Till you testify, the bondage can come back again. Till you testify till you talk about it, till you let men know what God has done for you, you are walking a very narrow path between going back to what happened and overcoming it. We overcome some things when we talk about them. That the level of money God has given me, Pastor, I really wanted to testify, but I feel ashamed. There are so many hungry looking people in the church. I don't want them to hear. And they overcame Satan by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to death. When you can't testify, you love your life more than the God that has given you testimony. Raise your hands and say again, Lord, make my feet light. Oh, I want to have light feet. I want to have a loud voice. I want to be a man that can talk about what has been done for me without shame. If you like, be ashamed on my behalf, but I'm not ashamed of my testimony. That's why I put my throwback pictures on Facebook. You've got to be careful. You know, some things don't show, man. Because I'm not embarrassed even if you follow me to the village. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I am me. You understand? No English can change me. I am me. I'm grateful to God. I am a helped man. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not talking to you about my business in Australia. I'm talking to you about the God of heaven that has helped me through men, and I am grateful. Raise your hands again and say, my feet will be light. Going back to the same place where I was helped. Number 9 for today. If you're getting blessed, just say, oh my. If you don't know how to do that, don't pray of going to preach in America. You're going to say that. Oh my. Number 9 for today. But that will be our number 1. The abominations of gratitude. The things you are doing thinking you are still grateful, but you're actually not grateful. Those things are betraying you. There's a way wise men pick things. There's a way wise men look at things. There's a way great men greet people. I wish, Pastor, run here. I want to use you to demonstrate. Okay, Pastor, come. I want to use it to demonstrate how great men greet people. When a great man is greeting you, he says, oh, how are you? And he looks at you from the head. Okay, God bless you. Okay, you already here? You know, that look, go and sit down. In that look, I can tell Pastor has applied the cologne. In that look, I can tell Pastor is grateful. Within that look, I can tell he's truthful. You understand? No great man will be happy to greet you if his hand means nothing to you. And great men do these things without, you will not know. How many of you watching, you know very well that there are doors you walked in and you thought they were going to last forever. Just that they didn't tell you that it was over. And they ended it in a way you thought it was just beginning. Great men don't shout when they are leaving anybody. Anyone who shouts when they are walking away, and that includes God. The great God does not make announcements when he's leaving a man. God leaves people in style. I think men copied that from God. When a real man is leaving you, unashtukanga tu uliachwa. Unashtukanga tu some messages come to you in your head. This man is like he's leaving you. But he will never do anything to show you he's leaving you. But he's gone. Because he behaves like God. When God is leaving a man will not know. A man that carried the gates of the city on his shoulder like Samson. A man that killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of a donkey because of the presence of God. When God was leaving him, he didn't know. And when great doors are closing, you will never know. And there are things great men pick that they use to shut the door. Raise your hands again and say, in the name of Jesus. Oh, in the name of Jesus, as this wisdom penetrates my heart, no door will ever be shut on my life. Give me light feet and a loud voice of saying thank you. 9, which will be our number 1, is number 8, sorry, which will be our number 1 for today, is what I call unhappiness during gratitude. Unhappiness during gratitude. Never be unhappy while you are grateful. Unhappiness. I told you one thing I read in the face of Pastor was he was very excited. He was a happy man. A happy soul is a grateful soul. A happy soul is a grateful soul. And do you know we can read tears of joy? Tears of joy are very easy to read. They are different from tears of ingratitude. A man can be crying, so the only thing you give me is a bottle of water. And you can tell this one is crying because he despises the bottle of water. And you can tell this one is crying because he's grateful for the bottle of water. You can tell this one is happy because of the help. And happiness during gratitude makes gratitude be a forced gratitude. You are forcing it to come out. Your husband has done something for you. If you are really grateful, even if you shed tears of joy, you know how tears of joy come? Oh my God. And then a smile follows. Those are tears of joy. Oh my God. Aki, sweetie wewe. Tears of joy. But when someone receives a gift and says, hey, my grandmother who died, and you have given him a gift. Oparo mnadane. Oh, shakadibaha. May the Lord give you wisdom. You can't be grateful and not be happy. And that includes tears of joy during the gratitude. Look at this. When you are unhappy during gratitude, it makes it forced gratitude. It is like forced and solicited apology. Have you ever seen people that are being forced to apologize? My brother, I will advise, go and tell that man sorry. You say, no, the only way to retain your job is go and tell him sorry. Say, but will you just go? You say, okay, basi nitaenda. Then he goes there. Then the man say, what are you doing here? I am sorry. Forced apology and gratitude that has no happiness are the same. These are the kind of people that need a whole sermon to recognize they were helped. They are so hardened in their unthankfulness that they rarely reflect. You know why somebody needs to preach to you? For you to be grateful. You no longer reflect. You have been hardened. There's what we call men becoming hardened. Amezoea kutosema asante. He's used to being ungrateful. He's so ungrateful that even if the wife puts a white carpet with his name, he will not see it. He will walk on it and enter the house and sit down and see the next wrong thing. The wife is still looking at the white carpet that he has walked on that bears the logo of his name. When you become ungrateful, you become so blind, you can't see a white carpet. You become so blind, you become so hardened in ingratitude that you no longer recognize anything. You need a 1-hour sermon to say thank you. You need to be preached to, usukumwe, ukanyagwe tumbo, shetani itolewe, for you to say, I'm grateful. You have been hardened in ingratitude. Why would you need a sermon to say thank you? Why would you need a sermon to recognize what men have done for you? Why do you need a whole book to come to the realization that you are living the wrong way? That gratitude has left your life. Ladies and gentlemen, never be unhappy during gratitude. Never leave it upon the one that is helping you again to massage you so that you can smile. Are you happy? And this is what I tell people. People that are ungrateful, even if a goat dances, they'll not laugh. You find a man in a comedy show and he's behaving like he's offended. And he paid his money to be there. And he leaves a comedy show offended. There are people you can't help. How do you pay your money for a comedy show? Then go in there to criticize the comedians. Your case, listen. The comedians are not the problem. Your talent, your problems are heavier than their talent. Let me tell you. If Mr. Bean cannot make you laugh, probably you are a bean. You are not a human being. Raise your hands and say, Lord, give me joy. As I tell men thank you, give me joy. As I appreciate men, let me do it happily. You can't be expressing gratitude with a face that is looking like Bermuda Triangle. Your face is sinking men. People look at you and they feel like they have corona by looking at your face. And you're saying you are grateful. There are people that sit in a congregation that one look at him as a pastor, you feel your message disappearing. They sit like you don't know whether your message is offending him, your message is blessing him. He came to church to be angry. People dance is a problem. People shout is a problem. People give is a problem. Somebody held his wife's hand walking into church is a problem. The preacher wore a white suit is a problem. The preacher wore a sack is a problem. The preacher is broke is a problem. The preacher is rich is a problem. Their problem is not a preacher. Their ingratitude is heavier than anointing. Even God cannot deal with them. Raise your hands and say, Lord, give me joy. Give me joy. Give me joy. How do you go to a party and you look like you are offended for being invited? You can't dance with your wife. People are dancing with your wives. You look like your wife has offended you. When will you be grateful? These are the people that smile in the coffin. And when they want to die, their mouth has to be forced to be closed. Macho inafungwa. When he had time to see, he didn't want to see. When he had time to speak, he didn't want to speak. Now he's dying, they have to close his mouth. Tell God, help me to open my mouth and be grateful. Enjoy every moment of your life. Shukuru Mungu. Hata ukiuma mawe kwa mchele, mama amepika wali, ukauma mawe. Don't let it spoil your night. There are people that mawe kwa mchele, he will talk the whole night. Hii mambo ya mawe, siku moja itakuwa sumu kwa hii nyumba. Juzi niliuma mawe. Niliumwa na Joe. I even lost business because niliuma mawe kwa ndengu. Every good thing the wife did, he cannot see. It is just the stone that he beat. One stone, kwa dengu. One cowrie shell that he found in Omena split has become witchcraft. Only God knows. You have been planning to kill me. Only God knows. I don't know. How can cowrie shell find itself in Omena? This Omena was it not one? You know, you will soon run mad. Ingratitude is your problem. Raise your hands and say, Lord, give me joy. Number two for today. Number two for today. Number two for today. Number two for today. Never let your gratitude be unclear. I will explain. Never let your gratitude be combo. Until when we listen to you, we can't tell where you are coming from. You have been given 10 minutes to give an address about a CEO that is celebrating his birthday. And for the 10 minutes you took the microphone, we are trying to find you. We put you among people that we expected to be grateful for the CEO's life. And the 10 minutes that you have spoken, we are still trying to find what you are saying. Never be unclear with your gratitude. Grateful men don't speak in parables. You can't be grateful in parables. When you are grateful, it can't be so mixed up that we cannot pick it. Listen to this and write if you're writing. We can't tell after your speech whether you are lecturing the man that helped you for not doing it the way you expected it to be done. You know, there are people that when they are given a chance to express their gratitude, they take that chance to correct the help that was given to them. They are not refusing help was given, just that they want to correct it. And also, they would want to lecture the man that helped them. They have been looking for a chance, but they have not found it. Now, this chance they have been given to express gratitude, they are also going to use it to lecture the man in it. Msaada nilisaidiwa. Hata ingawaje hiyo pesa haikunifikisha Uganda, nilipata breakdown somewhere hapo Busia border, ikabidi nitembee nitafuta ingine niongezee. Lakini hiyo pesa vile ulinipatia ilinifikisha Busia. Ingawaje nilipata breakdown hapo nikatafuta ingine niongezee. What are you saying? You are saying, don't brag you helped me. The help was not what I expected. I expected your help to get me to Kampala, but your help only got me to Busia. So I'm giving you half gratitude. And I must also lecture you that next time you are giving somebody help, ensure amefika Kampala. An ingrate is talking. Let your gratitude be clear. When given a chance to be grateful, even if they are pending matters, forget the pending matters. When you want to thank your wife, you are not thanking your wife because she has been perfect. Sometimes she snores. Married people snore. Married people fart at night. You understand? And the only way for you to feel somebody else is farting is because you are not doing the right thing at night. You are supposed to be sleeping, not monitoring who is farting. How do you wake up in the morning and say, hey, Leo, my husband, I couldn't sleep. That Leo, my wife, I couldn't sleep. What were you doing when it is sleeping time? Think I'm afraid of you? I'll tell you the truth. And these are the things that make people have a long nose the whole day. When you want to thank your wife, it's not because she has been perfect. You want to thank your husband, it's not because you have not found a funny message in his phone. Gratitude dies to the weaknesses of men. You have been given a chance to thank this man before other people. Forget what didn't go right. Forget what didn't go well. Don't let your gratitude go combo. We don't know when you'll end combo. You are complaining in it halfway. You are saying thank you halfway. You are lecturing the man halfway. You are expressing your ambitions halfway. Please. Early campaigns are dangerous. You have been given a chance to thank your CEO. You may lose your job. When you are thanking great people, they are very keen. Don't let your gratitude be unclear. Don't only be grateful because men helped you the way you expected. Who are you? If it is the way you expected, why couldn't you find it? That anyway, a young man has worked himself out. Has bought you gifts during your birthday. He's not your husband. And you know he's handsome. And women are all over his case. But he has chosen to die with you as much as you are not that beautiful. Or you think we don't know? We are also looking at you. We are wondering what the man has seen in you. You haven't seen that. You know, when you become ungrateful, you forget the errors of your life. All you see is what you are bringing on the table, not the defects of your life. A young man has tried. He has taken you for dinner in one hotel. Unanguruma tu kama paka. Because your expectation was a flight away. And you had an expectation you didn't have money to pay for. You had expectations, then you placed them on somebody else. So there is, there are two things. There is your real value and who you think you are. Your real value is this. You expected to be taken to Radisson The young man took you to Ambassador. And since you thought your value is Radisson, Blue Hotel, and now you are angry because you are taken to Ambassador. If your real value is Radisson, you could have been in a position to afford it. You could have told him, honey, I've already made arrangements. You are my boyfriend, but I've already made arrangements. We're going there because that is your real value. Stop insulting young men who don't have cars and you don't have a tuk-tuk. You don't have a motorbike. Stop closing doors on you. Accept yourself. Be grateful for once. Look at this. There is what you expected and there is what is available. Sometimes even a billionaire may not have 1 million cash, but he's a billionaire. And you expected him to give you 10 million. And he showed up with 500,000. My friend, if you know what is good for you, even God does not give a man everything he needs at once. He gave the children of Israel the promised land bit by bit. He said, I did that so that the beasts don't become more and devour you. So nilikupatia pole pole Mungu. Na wewe unataka wanadamu wakupatie kila kitu leo. Even if I'm a billionaire, I must test you with 10. Test you with 100. Test you with 1,000,000. Billionaires don't trust even their own children with everything at once. Who are you? Be grateful. Sometimes what you expected that was not given to you was a test of how far you can be taken. Raise your hands and say, Lord, give me wisdom. Give me wisdom. Give me wisdom. This is what is destroying many of us. I've learned something as a pastor. I've been preaching for 22 years. 22 years are not 22 days. When I was young, if I met really great people, I expected them to give me everything God gave them for me that day. Until God taught me, I will bring some men in your ministry that can fulfill the dream I have for your life. And I will use them to test your character for 5 years. Can you be patient for 5 years with a man? You know, if you ask him 10 million, he will give you. And since he has not given you, you choose not to ask him. I say this with all humility. There are people in my life that if I lied right now that I'm in trouble, I need 10 million, it will come here. The level of trust. But I've never asked them for 1,000. I allow them to give when everybody's giving. God taught me never to jump into a church member's car, no matter how many cars they have. There are many young ministers praying, Lord, send billionaires. But God has not yet taught them the ethics of handling rich people. So when should the rich men come, they'll make one mistake that will stand on the way of their moral authority. Can I say this? That one time, a great man blessed me. One time, gave me a Mercedes-Benz car. Then he made a mistake that required I rebuke him. And when I rebuked him, he told me, you should know who you are talking to. You should know what you are driving before I came along. And God told me, if you don't return this car, you will never help this man. Because the moment your moral authority is compromised, you have no ministry. And with all humility and gratitude, I returned the car. Seeking to find out, I told him, if you don't correct this, I'm not comfortable using your car. He said, okay, it's no problem, I'll correct. I said, and even after he corrected, I told him, I feel let's leave it at that. It was a great car back then. But I returned it. Listen and listen very well if you value where you are going. What you are too hungry for, men will not give it to you. People can tell when you are pursuing them for their pockets. And they can tell when you have value for their destiny. Anyway, I'm back to my point. May God build you. May God give you the capacity to be able to be grateful, even if you are not given what you are looking for, so that you don't use a great occasion to lecture instead of being grateful, to mama instead of being grateful. Do you know that a great man can call back a gift from you that he gave you to find out how you'll behave? And you rioted. And he just looked at you. I said, oh, so this guy was connected to this company because of this. We thought we were to post him in Swaziland or Switzerland. But because of this, we have found out his nature. How will you behave if what you are given is called back? It's very painful. But it's a test. Who told you tests are sweet? Even when we are sitting exams in school, the exam paper that comes at 1, and it is a tough one, you will feel all kinds of smells in the room. No teacher is talking because it's a test. Great men don't promote people they have not tested. And tests are not laughing matters. So you are given a chance to express your gratitude. And you begin to lecture the man because of what you thought you deserved. I told you, get rid of this statement. Girl, you deserve better. Who told you deserve better? That brother, you deserve better. Who told you deserve better? Look at this. And get it well. Never lace your gratitude with complaints and corrections. These are people that are indirectly undermining what was done for them. They are simply saying they are better than what they were being given. And they are better than what they were being forced to say thank you for. Can you imagine that? Have you ever forced one of your children to tell his brother to apologize? Or to thank to thank his brother? Have you ever been there as a parent? When you are forcing one to say thank you for being helped by another one. Listen, when you are given an opportunity to be grateful, don't lace the gratitude with ingratitude. Don't fry it with little tendencies of complaint here and there. Don't use it as a moment of correction. Just be grateful. Number 3 for today. Abominations of gratitude. Alafu kesho ukipoteza job, unaanza kusema, but how many of you are there? Even a video is there. How I thanked him during his birthday. Mulisikia? Si hata nani ulisikia nikiambia boss asante. Why do you think you have to confirm with people? Was the boss an idiot? He picked it. Great men, when they are seated on altars, while people are talking, you may even see him talking to his fellow brother while you are talking, but he's getting what you are saying. If he doesn't get it, he's going to go through the video. Then he will look and say, wait a minute. This is not gratitude. This generation of social media, cameras and everything, tame your words. Because once words go out, you can't recall them. You can't. Raise your hands and say, Lord, make my feet light. I didn't hear you. Make my feet light when it comes to saying thank you. Apostle Mudaki is saying, I'm grateful. If Mudaki says he's grateful, wewe na udaku ya nini? I'm grateful, Lord. Why can't you be grateful? Wapendwa, nataka kushukuru sana, ile pesa ya dege mlinisanyia ni vile amu kuongeza ya maji kwa dege, hata ya soda sikukunywa, lakini nilifika salama. Who are you deceiving? My husband, you sent me to Dubai very well, but now you know when somebody gets to Dubai. There are women you went to the same school with. Your schoolmates. They only know Machakos International Airport. You are talking about Dubai. How many women go to Dubai? There's a woman thanking their husband that the husband paid for her an Uber from Kiserian to town. It will go into the Guinness Book of Records. And here you are, ungrateful about a ticket to Turkey. You are behaving like Turkey now. I don't know, how Turkey behaves. I don't know what you're really saying. And you are from Turkey. You will never go to Kentucky. If you can't thank God for Turkey, come back and you behave like Turkey. No man will send you to Kentucky. Lord, give me light feet. Lord, give me a loud voice that I may say thank you. Number 3. Is it 3 or 4? Number 3. Never forget the little details of the help you were once given. Never forget the little details of the help you were once given. Never forget the little details, the minute details, the smallest details of the help you were once given. I will explain. When a man gives you a stool, master even the year of manufacture. If a man gives you shoes, master even where they came from. I will never forget a man of God called Bishop Philemon Wachara of the Harvest Center Fellowship in Kangemi. My first time to see a house that magnitude that he was living in, it was a big house for me for the first time. And when he was done with it in the morning, he went into his wardrobe and pulled out alligator shoes. Shoes made of alligator skin. I'd never worn shoes like that all my life. Nobody in my lineage ever wore shoes like that. Black alligator shoes. I'm talking about 15, is it? I want to be very exact. That is 15 years ago. He gave me a basketball t-shirt. Beautiful. Gave me a couple of shirts that he bought in America. Local preacher wear American shirts with alligator shoes. Everywhere I preached, I say, ladies and gentlemen, Mungu yuko. Ili mimi nivae alligator shoes. Bishop Philemon Wachara. He's on Facebook. He could even be listening. Because I'm not ashamed of what he did to me. And I can remember the details of where he stayed, the gate number, the day he gave me the shoes. It is fresh in my mind. Never forget even the little details of the help men gave you. It is in gratitude. It is in gratitude. And listen to this. Give me Psalm 103 verse number 2. Shakidi braza, likamada, shodoba. Before you met your wife, you are wearing innerwears full of holes. Holy innerwears. Your wife changed your life. You can't forget those innerwears. You must remember the details. Be detailed. Wacha kuongea kana kwamba umekunywa pombe. What was it that you bought? It's an insult. That I forget the first alligator shoes I wore. It's an insult. Suppose the man is listening. And every time the man is in the country, I have a way of hosting him to a dinner in my house. And he say, Apostle, I knew this God was coming when I first met you. I knew he was going to do this. Then I package an offering. I tell him, Bishop, say something again. Be grateful. People don't rise by osmosis. You rise because of the blessings of men. The things they are saying about you is what makes you rise. There are many of you, the people speaking in pain because of how ungrateful you have been is the reason you will go lower than a chapati on a frying pan. Your destiny chapati. You are ungrateful. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Bless the Lord, O my soul. And forget not some, all. If you forget some details, is ingratitude. Ingratitude forgets. And forget not all his benefits. Then he begins to count them. How do you forget? How do you forget? How do you tell your wife, when is that we met? Which woman is this you have been seeing? How do you tell a man, that phone you first bought me, what model was that, honey? Are you getting me? Bless the Lord, all my soul, and forget not all of his benefits. Listen to me. When you are ungrateful, you will keep making mistakes with the exact year, the exact amounts, the timings, and the places of help. You meet a man who first gave you a job, and you tell him, where did we first meet? Dick, remind me, where did we first meet? And he's with people that were with him when you were begging for a job. Your ingratitude is smelling. You are terrible. The heavens cannot contain your pride. You will soon hear mene tekel, ufarasin. Your kingdom has been weighed on a balance and found wanting. How do you look at your mother-in-law, even if you divorce the daughter, and you meet in the funeral and say, Madam, remind me, who are you? Do you know some things are never done? Once you have impregnated someone's daughter, even if you didn't marry the daughter, they remain parents in your life. Do you know even if you divorce, that man will still be in your life the rest of your life? Until you look at a brother to your wife that you divorced and you say, young man, come on, who are you? Then you hear these preachings of God will bless you till you forget them. No, you will become drunk till you die. It's not the blessing of God. Even when Joseph said that the Lord has caused me to forget, when he saw his brothers, he could still remember them. They couldn't remember him, but he could remember them. May it be men that forget to remember who you are, but you go to them and talk to them with exactitude and tell them, you are Mr. Jojo. You first gave me a job. 1963. Yes, in Busia. My God, yes, you are my boss. No, I have to pay you a ticket. Until you look at a man and say, who are you? Are you drunk? How do you forget your uncle? The mommy, who is this old man that is here? You are in America for 2 weeks. You came back, you are telling your mother, mommy, who is this old man that your father's brother? Your ingratitude is smelling. Mene tekelu farasin will wake you up from that slumber. Raise your hands and say, Lord, give me a loud voice to say thank you. And help me not to forget all your benefits. Now you make such kind of mistakes. It is people in the audience that begin to correct you because they have the exact details. You say, when was that? That was somewhere in Isinya. And people correct you. No, it was in Upper Hill. Yeah, whatever. Then you add whatever. Before a great man, whatever. A man fed you for 3 years. Then you say, for the few days that this guy fed me. Then people say, no. Yes. Okay, whatever. You see your hands, whatever. A sign that your future is scattered. Whatever. It is people in the audience that are now correcting you. This reveals the help never had any impact on your life. Brother, nobody forgets their birthday. Remember help the way you remember your birthday. Nobody forgets their age. Remember help the way you remember your age. Nobody forgets the day they graduated. Some men's help graduated you. Don't forget it. Remember help the way you remember your marriage anniversary. There are men that married you to prosperity the day you met them. If you forget, you are forgetting a marriage anniversary. Remember help. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody forgets the phone number of their spouse. My own wife's phone number, I can shout it in a dream. How do you forget a man who gave you a job? I once called a young man that came to church. Allow me to say this. He came to church and sang once. Akiinua mkono makwapa. Nywele. What he was wearing. I held his hand. I took him to a shop. I bought him clothes. I bought him shoes. I bought him perfume. I bought him armpit roll. I took him to a kinyozi. I showed him how to do a few things. I told him these rashes on your face are unnecessary. Within 2 months, then as God would have it, at some point, he got a better contract somewhere, and I blessed the Lord for it. Then one day I was just calling him to bless him, and my number was ringing on his phone, and he picked and said, "Who is this?" 6 months later, he didn't have my number. I just said, "Sorry, sir, it's the wrong number." Don't forget. Raise your hands and say, "Lord, I will not forget." Oh, shakada. Raise your hands and say, "Lord, I will not forget." Listen, there are people I can't forget their numbers. If you go on Facebook and accuse me that we suffered with you and I've forgotten, maybe I'm drunk. I don't forget easily. I don't forget. Look at this. Confusing help you desperately needed back then is a revelation of how deeply pride has eaten your life. We know your level of pride by your level of forgetfulness. How do you forget a wedding anniversary? That your wife tells you, "Honey, guess what it is today?" You tell him, "Have you cooked bambo?" Because I'm trying to guess. Say, "Danny, guess again." Do you want money? Did you have money when she married you? You've forgotten wedding anniversary. You're an ingrate. There are men I can't forget in my life. I will never forget some people in my life because they became turning points in my life and ministry. No matter how wealthy you become, never forget the details. Not just the help, the details. Don't forget what your wife was wearing the first day you took her on a date. Because it will help the two of you give God the glory. When the devil tempts you with poverty. And you say, if you are wearing that skirt, and now you have more than one, baby, we are overcoming this as well. You understand? Gratitude is a tool of speed in life. That's why don't forget the details. Don't. Ati mpaka watu ndio wanakukumbusha. Ati brother Rigo, no. When you came, you are looking like this, that no. So people, and you know people always have, the internet doesn't forget. People can Google your pictures. Where you are looking like a hawk that wants to steal chicken. Now you have a neck. You are forgotten. Allow me to close down now. Allow me to close down. And I think I've closed down. If you forget our M-Pesa number, it's ingratitude. What is eating you is worse than Satan. It's ingratitude. The man of God I wanted to really give, but I don't know what happened, I forgot. No, it's ingratitude at work. You are blessed this afternoon, and you want me to come again, and again, and again, and teach you the secrets of greatness. It is easy to be helped if you are a grateful man. But it is very difficult to be helped if you are ungrateful. Tomorrow we take it to the next level. We give to God if you are blessed. You express your gratitude by your giving. If you are not blessed, you feel nimekuzomea. Pia ni sawa. Because your masomo will stick with you. Hallelujah. Sasa hii kuzomea watu ndio injili. Injili is good news. This is good news. Ingratitude is witchcraft. Ni uganga. Ni arrogance mbaya. Mungu atusaidie. Father, I pray for your people. Bless us and help us to know exactly how to express our gratitude. We lift you up. We bless your holy name.